started making this music like 20 years ago. Was kinda timid and shifted the way I rock my clothes. Was underrated and hated the way the game was invaded. So now I spit like the greatest if y'all don't really know. I started thinking my music would never take me places. I knew the game, it was changing, but now I'm changing places. I went from student to teacher, and now I'm checking the preachers who took advantage of people instead of spreading love. I'm sick of waiting for people to wake and see the frauds. I'm changing how I'm approaching the ones who show me love. I operate like a surgeon for those who think that my words are simply chants for the birds, like I be speaking tongues. It's time to build for the kids and put yourself aside. I threw my hat in the ring, so now it's time to ride. You in the way, better step aside, cause I got the vibe of a killer monger, knowing I'm the king inside. Work hard cause I wanna get the bag. Time's up, about to show you who I am. MIC. Hold up, ain't no point in getting mad.
Why you mad?
Time's up, about to show you who's the man.
Mr. Council.
Work hard cause I wanna get.
What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. I chose Saturday because Saturday is the day that's uniquely our own. Most people work a 9 to 5, so by the time they get to Saturday, they feel it's necessary to take their foot off the gas. But most artists, creators, and business minds know that Saturday is the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. What's good, people? It's another some kind of Saturday. This weather is so weird. We were supposed to get snow last night into this morning, but nothing came. It was some freezing rain and some, spots of bad weather last night, but nothing significant. But we're still here and we're back with another one. Oftentimes we don't appreciate our gifts. We don't appreciate what God has put inside us. Often because we don't truly recognize it as that. Years ago, I lost my love for singing. Singing is a part of who I am, but for a long time, I buried it. A lot of people that even know me don't even know me for singing. Or if they do, it isn't till only recently that they learned that about me, because I never was the type of person to wear it on my sleeve. I didn't walk around singing. I didn't try to be a showman or anything like that. I just had a pure love for it. And I told part of this story before on this channel, but I'm going to take it in a different direction. My earliest memory of me loving to sing was when I was 4 years old. I'm sitting in the back of the church. And my brother and sister, they're in the children's choir at church, and I'm just dying to join the choir because I just love to sing. I love music, and it's always been that way. Like if it was music or songs that I love playing on the radio, I would be singing along with them growing up, But that's my earliest memory of me loving music. And finally, when I did get in the choir, my grandmother, God rest her soul, discovered that I could sing, and so she used to push me out there to try to sing solos. And I hated it. I did like the fact that people did like my voice, and I did get good responses when I sang, but that wasn't why I was singing. I wasn't singing because I wanted to be a front man. I wanted to be a soloist. I wanted to be a singer even in life. I was just singing because I had a pure love for it. And I was in its most natural state. But what happened to me was, once people discovered that I could sing, that's all they would ask me about. That's all they would ask me to do all the time. Sing this, sing that, sing that. And I allowed that to grow a hatred for it inside. And so I stopped doing it altogether. After you're 13 in the choir, you get to graduate, and either you can go to the next level of the choir or you can just do you. And I just decided to do me. I decided to stop singing altogether. And that was one of the biggest, I don't want to say mistakes, because I don't regret anything that's happened in my life, because I feel like God has led me in a particular path. But if I could do things different, I probably would have embraced that more. I'll say that. I don't regret it. But I probably would have embraced that a little bit more. But I didn't understand that that was a gift that God gave me. I think I was too young to really understand it. And so because people wanted to push me out there to sing, it caused me to regress and not want to sing at all and not even show anybody that I had the talent to do it. And oftentimes that's what we do in our lives. We allow the world to bombard us. And so we then turn inward our gift. And we even forget that it's that it's a gift. Everybody can't sing. Some people love to sing but cannot sing a lick. They'll be singing in the shower. They'll be singing their favorite song in the car, with the windows up, loud as they can, because they have such a love for singing, but they can't do it well. So they don't want to do it anywhere, but I could do it well. I was one of those people fortunate enough to be able to do it well. But I took that for granted. And my mother always told me, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And that's exactly what happened. I was in college. I was singing along to one of my favorite R&B songs at the time. And I stopped and I listened to myself and I just sounded horrific. And I was like, hold on, I've always been able to sing. But that's how long I was removed from singing, with the fact that I didn't even realize I couldn't even sing well anymore. And so I started singing to my favorites, the Drew Hills, Music Soul Childs, Carl Thomas. All that time, early 2000s, that's when I started really getting myself back into it. And I Cisco, my man, I retrained my voice, singing along with those artists. And once I got it back, that's when I knew I had to do something with it. And I was fortunate enough to get it back. But see, the thing was, I didn't recognize that it was a gift. See, oftentimes we don't even realize that something that we do so great is a gift because it comes to us so easy. It's almost like it's something we shouldn't have. That's why it's a gift. Because it comes to you so easy. But if you really think about it, it doesn't come to everybody that easy. Some people are looking at you in jealousy because they want what you have so bad. They want to be able to do what you can do so bad. And meanwhile, we're sitting here not appreciating the things that we can do. And what we don't understand is if we were to appreciate what we could do, become better at it, we could live through it. But instead of doing that, we just focus on what we can do that's going to pay us the most money. When in actuality, if we focus on our gift, that probably would make you the most money. But we're trained wrong. We're training our kids wrong. We're training our people wrong. And we're not focusing on, searching on what each and every person is gifted at. We grew up thinking that we could be good at anything. We were told that you could, anything you put your mind to, you can do. That is not true. That is not true. If somebody's working out on a basketball court for years, they could become the greatest ever, but somebody else could be working that same amount of time and not be much better than they were when they first started, because that's not for them. But we've been taught to think that we can do anything instead of really focusing in on what we are naturally good at. And oftentimes what we are naturally good at, we ignore, because that thing comes to us so easy that we don't even recognize that that's our true greatness. We don't even see it. But we don't take the time to get to know ourselves. This world has caused us to be so busy that we neglect ourselves. We abuse ourselves by not appreciating what God has already done for us. So if you don't know what you're doing with your life and why, all you need is some quiet time. Some time alone with God to understand what He's made you for And if you stop and think about it, I guarantee you could think of one thing that you do great. Or at least one thing that you do good that you can potentially be great at. But instead of doing that, we're so caught up in these get-rich-quick schemes that we're living outside of our natural. And everything changed for me once I realized what my true gifts were. Now, in a sense, I'm glad I didn't when I was younger, because I feel like if I got into music too early and I got some money too young, the type of person that I was, I probably would not have been able to handle the success that came along with it. And that's why I don't regret it. Because I sit back now and I see, certain child stars and what they've become, and that's not anything like what I would want to be just for some money. See, money isn't everything to me. It's something. It's a tool that could be used for good, and if I ever get my hands on a good amount, I'm definitely going to use it to rebuild my community. Because one thing I've always prided myself in is loving my community. And most people leave their community searching for better, and I get it. I'm not even knocking people who do that. But I feel like if everybody good leaves our community, that's how the community stays where it is. So it's a faithful few that have to sacrifice and be there for the community. And so even when people return to the community and your community is even greater than it was, those people who left may want to come back. But I don't want to get too far off the topic in saying that. What I'm saying is, if I can motivate you today, understand your gift is right here. All you have to do is tap into it and work on it, and God will do the rest when you're ready. But God isn't going to put you in a situation before you're ready, because you are His representative. When you're living and being guided by Him, you are His representative. And so you have to be at your best. You have to be a pure example of goodness. So the world can't find a way to tear you down. Because see, that's all we do in the world. We build people up, and we find one thing they did wrong in their past, and we spend more energy tearing them down than we did lifting them up. Because we're jealous that that person is living through their truth, through their gift. And most of us want to be doing that. But we're mad at ourselves for not doing it, so we project that hate onto somebody that we actually like. A basketball player, a singer, some sort of entertainer. We project negativity to them after loving them so long, because we are jealous that we are not doing what they are doing, what they have chosen to do, and that's live through their gift. So it's time for you to stop wasting time and live through your gift. It's time for you to understand that God put something inside you for a very particular reason, and your mission while you are here is to focus on that. Now, you might have wasted a lot of time, but because you are still breathing, you still have opportunity. And that's what most people don't recognize. See, a lot of people like to wallow in sorrow. Even when they hear the solution to their problem, they, instead of focusing on that, they want to focus on the state that they're in. They want to wallow in that puddle. They want to live in that puddle for sympathy. Because they know that they've wasted so much time, and they understand the level of work it's going to take to get them out of there, so they don't want to do it. So they rather wallow in it than actually do something about it. Somebody hears me. That might be you. But God didn't build you to wallow in your issues. He built you to be successful. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop searching for a pity party. and get up and get out there and do what you do best. That's one thing I love me. I'm sorry. I love me. I'm never going to stop loving me. And I love the man that God is turning me into. And I would never want to be somebody else. And that's why I've pulled back on even watching people that I love a lot and their greatness, because I want to focus more on my greatness and what God has put me here for. So I've scaled back on the entertainment because I don't want to live vicariously through them. I want to live through me and through what God has done through me. And it's time for you to do the same thing. So today's Saturday. What are you going to do to work towards living through your gift? Or are you just going to continue to focus on your 9 to 5? Continue living in a place where you don't belong, where you're unhappy and where you're unsatisfied? Or are you going to get up and begin to make change? Because change doesn't happen overnight. It happens one moment at a time. So if you want to be better, be better. And if you don't, you'll do exactly what you're doing now, which is nothing. But no longer am I going to be trapped and focused and worried about something that doesn't serve me and serve my soul. I'm going to search and find a way to live through my gift. And that is the only reason why I'm here. So I could care less about going out. I could care less about watching other people be great at what they do. I'm going to spend the majority of my time becoming a better me and focusing on how I can find a way to live through my gift. And I hope that you do the same. And I'll meet you at the top. It's my time. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
Saw you on the way, cruising just the other day. Girl, I have to say, beauty is your other name. Driving me insane, so I gotta know her name. Saw that face, fell in love without a conversation. So I'm pulling up, some may call it pushing up. Either way I want, you is really what I want. Tell me what you want, I'll be everything you want. Turn me up, and you won't regret this conversation. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl?
I saw the baby when she skated past the candy store. Lil' mama waited cause she saw just what she looking for. A smooth complexion.